because I want to share with you one of the coolest things that I learned when I was on my rotation in the kitchen. This is Kitchen Kyle, and I did a afternoon of knife skills with him, and he kind of blew my mind and changed my world when it comes to how to dice an onion. Kyle, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Kitchen Kyle, as I was very lovely introduced as. I've been working at JavaCupcake Bakery for almost 2 years now. I'm in charge of the savory menu here. Before I worked here, I worked at a restaurant or two in DC as line cook, and before that I went to l'Académie des Cuisines in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Alright, cool. So I'm going to hand the onion off to Kyle, and he is going to teach you guys how to dice it.
Thank you.
Yep.
So the first thing about cutting anything is setting up the work surface. You need to make sure that your work surface doesn't move around. So the way we're set up right now, this work surface, without much difficulty, will move around like this. So you have to grab a cloth or a napkin or a paper towel, something that you can put down and wet and dampen beneath the work surface. Place down firmly, and now, unless you are really trying to move it, it will stay firmly placed and you won't slip around. The most important knife skill that anyone can learn is having a sharp knife. A sharp knife is safer. A sharp knife does the job faster. A sharp knife does the job better. So starting with a sharp knife is very important. Honing a knife is also very important. This is more than something pretty that a chef will do behind a work surface. What I'm doing right now will keep a sharp knife sharp. So doing this daily, or even after a strenuous activity on your knife, will make sure it keeps the sharp edge that it has. And then always make sure you wipe the knife afterwards to get the metal shavings off, unless you are into eating something like that, in which case you don't go for it, man. The biggest mistake that anyone makes when they cut an onion as well is this little gangly root guy that looks ugly and you pretty much don't want in your food. People will cut off. And doing that is a big mistake, because when you're cutting up your onion, it falls apart. Keeping that root on, or not penetrating it like I just would have done, prevents this from happening. Which makes any job you're doing go by a lot slower, which you don't want. And it'll make your onion fall apart when you're trying to do anything to it, which you also don't want. So, you have your onion now, it's whole again. This gangly bit, it's the root of the onion, it's where it was growing through the ground. If it's really big, you can sort of cut off the dirty parts to prevent that from getting in your food when you're cutting. But even after taking off that dirt, you still want to make sure that this is still in your onion. It's not cut off completely. Then cut off its top bit. And give yourself a flat surface to work with. After that, cut your onion in half through the root. You left these two halves. If you have a paring knife, this is a good way to get. That's a good way to get all the skin off. The first cuts you're going to put into your onion are going to be horizontally this way, palm down, and also you'll bend over and you'll be able to have a good look at what you're doing. And it's always important to be able to see what you're doing when you're cutting. So horizontally cutting this way. Push into the onion with the tip, and wiggle all the way in. We're cutting like this, now turn it towards you. And this is when nails back, knuckles forward is very important. That phrase is keep your fingertips out of the way, and this part of your finger is guiding the movement of the knife.
And start at the edge and cut downwards, your knife perpendicular to the root, keeping the spacing of the cuts the same as they were going horizontally.
And then nails back, knuckles forward again. Start cutting this way.
Once you reach a point where the onion starts wobbling and it can't stay up like this,
You can just turn it down back onto that surface.
cut vertically again, keeping the spacing the same, and cut. And you got your nice onion, all nice and even.